Okay, guys, I really hope I'm not in the minority when I say this, but Rogers the Musical needs to be a real thing, please, for all of us theater geeks. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and this time around, we're checking out Hawkeye on Disney+. I am so excited to finally get into this. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, let's waste no further time. Yes, this is the final MCU video of 2021, in a year where all of us Marvel geeks were getting to eat. We were for sure spoiled, my friends, and speaking of, this review will be spoiler-free, aside from the inclusion of two actors who I do want to discuss in a little bit more detail. In-depth spoilers about the big surprises about Hawkeye will be delved into on a Spoiler City stream with a humongous panel that I've assembled together for January 2nd. So stay tuned for that video, my friends. Let's talk about some Hawkeye. 1 year after the events of Endgame, Clint Barton must partner with Kate Bishop, played by Hailee Steinfeld, to confront enemies from his past as the Ronin in order to get back to his family in time for Christmas. Yep, this is an MCU Christmas series. I almost wanted to say Christmas movie, but that's not true. But technically it is Christmas related because, you know, it does take place #1 during Christmas, and Christmas actually plays into the character's motivations as well as the plot. And guys, I had a blast with Hawkeye. I know, shocker. An MCU project I was hyped for, living up to my expectations. What a concept! But seriously, I really dug a lot of what they were doing on this show. This certainly, out of all the MCU series we were getting throughout 2021, throughout Phase 4 so far, this feels like the most traditional MCU out of all of those. And that's honestly not a bad thing at all. It was a very welcome change of pace for the TV series, that is. Does Hawkeye have the zaniness of WandaVision? Not even close. Will there be earth-shattering ramifications on the same level as Low-Key? You probably won't find those here. What we do have, though, is a series with a lot of heart. And it's kind of tragic if you really think about the given circumstances. Clint Barton has just lost his best friend. He's still laying low about his status as the Ronin. There's a lot of people who are after him, including his best friend's sister, who is a hired gun to take him down. And now he's pulled into the situation that he did not expect to find himself in on the fucking holidays, no less. Thanks, Kate Bishop. But joking aside, I really did enjoy what Hawkeye had to offer, not just thematically, but traditionally speaking. Like I said, this is the most MCU feeling out of all the series we've gotten so far. Falcon and Winter Soldier was a little bit more politically dense, but this show was just plain fun. It's very funny, lots of great jokes thrown into Hawkeye, loads of great action sequences, which are so fast-paced as we would come to expect. There's too many great ones to count on one hand. I love the thrill of the chase in this show. The finale, of course, which was very good, throws everything at you with the stunts and the big fight choreography, and it doesn't disappoint. And loads of great Christmas references thrown in there as well. Notice how there's no reference to Die Hard, curiously. You know, just saying. No Die Hard reference. Jeremy Renner is fantastic in the series once again as Clint Barton. He has the indifference, he has the reluctance in a very unique and great action sequence early on with some LARPers. And most of all, he has the emotion. Because a big thing with him in this series is he's dealing with grief. Similar to how Wanda was using the world of Westview to get over the loss of Vision, he's getting over the loss of his best friend in here. Granted, he's grieving in a very different way that I really respected, but they're dealing with some similar themes here, certainly. Now, Hailee Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, I knew was a spot-on casting choice the minute it was rumored, and I do think that Kevin Feige has another superstar on his hands. I was very pleased with what Hailee Steinfeld did with this series, which should honestly, it's, again, very pleasantly surprising to me that I loved her as much as I did. But she freaking knocks it out of the park. Because yes, the gimmick of her being Hawkeye's #1 fan is played to the absolute maximum. But you know what? It feels genuine. Steinfeld legitimately feels so excited to be there, and Kate Bishop is a very enthusiastic and likable character as a result. Not only her herself, but the connection and partnership she develops with Clint is actually really endearing, and she has a lot of great zingers thrown in there as well. She was very funny, and I for one cannot wait to see what's next from her. She was phenomenal. Speaking of, I cannot wait to see what's next, Alaqua Cox as Echo. Now, it was recently revealed that Echo was getting her own series on Disney Plus in the same vein as Agatha Harkness, and we see her origin in Hawkeye. For good reason, because it is extremely fleshed out. I was really invested in her big origin episode. Episode 3, I want to say it was. It is such a tragic backstory in her own right. Her motivations of going after Clint himself, crystal clear. Not to mention, Alaqua Cox was also great in this series. This is another star on the rise to look out for, my friends. And yeah, you saw it teased in the Black Widow post-credits, but you do get Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova once again. And her dialogue might have just been the best out of any of these MCU Disney Plus series so far. Florence Pugh had me in absolute stitches, y'all. Especially in a scene that involves macaroni. And not to mention, a complete and total badass once again. So many satisfying fight scenes with her and Hailee Steinfeld specifically. Give me more of these two in scenes together, please. And all these actors are fantastic. Vera Farmiga is great as Eleanor, Kate's mother. Tony Dalton gets some meaty character work to sink his teeth into, and he relishes it. Also, one last thing, Lucky the pizza dog, so cute. Nailed it. But now we come to my issues with Hawkeye. As much as I loved it, there is a humongous reveal, literally and figuratively speaking, at the end of episode 5 that, again, I dare not get into detail right now. I'm gonna save it for the Spoiler City discussion, like I said, January 2nd. But paired along with that is a villainous reveal that, I get it. I get why they put it in there, and I get why people would be surprised at that, but the thing is, myself and a very good friend of mine guessed it very early on, actually as early as the premiere, and I was hoping that that wouldn't be the path that they actually went down, but alas, here it was. But with the reveal that they do give us, I feel like that cancels out my nitpick there. But here's another thing, as much as I love the finale, as great as it is, there are 3 different smaller scenes that are going on pretty much all at the same time, and I actually take issue with the way this was edited. It kind of felt clunky to me, the final cut of this. Like, it jumped between these 3 moving scenes way too much for my liking. I guess personally, I would have preferred focus on just one at a time. Besides those couple nitpicks, this series wrapped up in a very cathartic way, while in true MCU fashion, in the most traditional feeling series they put out so far, they made you pine for what comes next. And I had a really great time with Hawkeye. I told you it was gonna be great, and it is! I'm gonna give Hawkeye an A-. This is, in my opinion, one of the stronger MCU Disney Plus exclusive series to come out this year. I do think it does loads of phenomenal things for Jeremy Renner, who does get loads of interesting character work himself, and it gives us a brand new, likable superhero in Kate Bishop. Hailee Steinfeld is gonna be a superstar within these next 5 years within this universe. Mark my words. But guys, let me know what you thought of Hawkeye down in the comments section below. What was your favorite episode? Who is your favorite new character that they introduce in this series? And also, just for fun, let me know what your favorite Christmas movie of all time is, seeing as how, I don't know, this is set during Christmas and it's Christmas related with the plot and everything. But those of you who've been with me for a while now already know that I love making this content for you guys. I love discussing all new things, the MCU, and all things geeky in general. So if you guys love discussing cinema and television like I do, then do consider smashing that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. This channel is on the road to 1,000 subscribers. It's a number I'm hoping that I can reach very soon. I would appreciate your guys' help to the max. Not only is it beneficial to me, it's beneficial to you guys. You'll be the first ones to know there's a new upload here. Not to mention, it's also completely free, guys. And don't forget, smash that thumbs up button on your way out. This really helps get this content out to more people. And that's it. That's my final MCU video of 2021. In a year where we were for sure spoiled, stay tuned for my Spoiler City discussion on January 2nd. We're going to be looking at Eternals, this show, as well as Spider-Man Far From Home. Lots to dig into. And stay tuned for all of my other reviews for the brand new holiday releases like The Matrix Resurrections, The Kingsman. Lots of exciting stuff that we can talk about, guys. But y'all are the best. I cannot appreciate your guys' support nearly enough. And with all that being said, back talk, commence.